Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into an important aspect of our spiritual journey, the purpose of trials in a believer's life. Let's be honest, none of us really look forward to hard times, do we? But the truth is that challenges are an inevitable part of life. However, as believers, we don't have to face them with fear and despair. The Bible teaches us that trials serve a purpose in our lives, and through them, God can do amazing things. Let's explore what the Bible says about this.
The book of James tells us to count it all joy when we face trials. Now, I know that might sound crazy at first, joy in the midst of hardship, but James goes on to explain that these trials are not meant to break us, but to build us up. When we go through these challenging times, our faith is tested and refined, and through that process, patience is developed. And you know what? Patience is not just about waiting passively, it's about remaining steadfast in our faith, knowing that God is working all things together for our good, even when we don't see it.
The Apostle Peter tells us that the trials we face are more precious than gold. Think about that for a moment. Gold is valuable, right? But Peter says that our faith, when tested by fire, is even more precious. Why? Because when we go through difficult times and we choose to trust God, our faith grows stronger. It's like a muscle that gets stronger with each workout. The more we exercise our faith, the more resilient we become.
Romans chapter 5 reminds us that tribulation produces perseverance, and perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. You see, it's not about the trial itself, but what God does in us through the trial. Each challenge we overcome builds our character, making us more resilient, more compassionate, and more like Christ. And that hope that we develop, it's not just wishful thinking, it's a confident expectation that God is faithful and He will see us through.
Have you ever felt like you were facing a trial that was just too big to handle? We've all been there. But 1 Corinthians chapter 10 reminds us that God will never allow us to be tempted beyond what we are able to bear. He knows our limits, and He promises to provide a way out so that we can endure it. When we go through trials, we have the incredible opportunity to witness God's faithfulness firsthand. We see His hand move in our lives, providing for us, strengthening us, and guiding us every step of the way.
James tells us that there's a special blessing for those who endure temptation, the crown of life. This crown isn't a physical one, but a spiritual reward that awaits those who remain faithful through the trials of life. Think of it as God's well done, for a life lived for Him. It's a reminder that our present sufferings are temporary, but the reward we receive in eternity will last forever.
Have you ever seen how gold is refined? It's heated to incredibly high temperatures to burn away impurities. In the same way, God uses trials to refine and purify us. He allows us to go through these fiery furnaces not to harm us, but to burn away the things in our lives that are holding us back from becoming who He created us to be.
Even Jesus, the Son of God, learned obedience through the things He suffered. He understands our pain because He lived a perfect life, yet endured unimaginable suffering on the cross for us. When we go through trials, we have the opportunity to grow in our obedience to God. We learn to surrender our will to His, trusting that His ways are higher than our ways.
Hebrews chapter 12 tells us that while no discipline is enjoyable while it's happening, it eventually produces a harvest of righteousness and peace in our lives. It's like planting a garden. You have to till the soil, pull the weeds, and wait patiently for the harvest. In the same way, trials can be opportunities for us to grow in righteousness and produce a harvest of peace and joy in our lives.
Remember, every trial you face is an opportunity for growth and a step closer to spiritual maturity. It's easy to get discouraged when we're going through tough times, but remember, God is faithful and He has a plan for your life. He sees the bigger picture even when we can't. Stay strong in your faith and trust in God's plan for your life. Thank you for watching, and God bless.